Okay. We'll call the meeting to order. And at this time, first off, welcome everyone. And thanks for being here. And we do have a quorum. All three commissioners are present. And at this time, Mr. Smith, would you like to lead us in the flag salute? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Any public comment? Okay.
Rick Mack.
Richard, come on up, please. And thank you for being here, sir.
Thank you, Commissioners. Thank you for having me. Crack out of the box. That's the way I like things to go. That's great. So, wanted to call your attention to Fire Prevention Week. You know that we did the proclamation last week, and we noted then that we would be doing our annual fire prevention poster contest, judging today, which we already completed this morning. Thanks again to Commissioner Fund for participating annually with that. The winners are there on the table in front of you, grades 1 through 6. We have a great representation of Lewis County here. We have a winner from Onalaska, we have a winner from Morton, we have 2 from Centralia School District and 2 from Chehalis School District. So that's always encouraging that there's that participation. I think there was 121 classrooms represented this year, so that's a great thing. The theme this year is Every Second Counts, Plan 2 Ways Out. That is about home escape planning, which begins with smoke alarms and concludes with a meeting place outside the residence. So, again, thank you for allowing me the time to introduce those to you.
And you receive sponsorships for the prizes, correct?
We do. Our primary sponsor annually is Lewis County Fire Commissioners Association. Without them, we just couldn't pull this off. We purchase gift cards for the winners, and that is primarily funded by those donations. The Fire Chiefs Association of Lewis County also participates as a sponsor annually, but without those two, primarily, we wouldn't be able to get it done.
And I picked up one of those winners, Maddie Clevenger, 6th grade from Morton Elementary. And usually, we just have a piece of paper, but she put a house door and then also put the upstairs. So it's 2 ways out, and she put it together, and we were very impressed with her entry, as well as the other ones that are down.
It is great to see the eyes of children at work, how their minds work in fire prevention, and how they depict that on paper is just way cool. We have a great time every year, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Again, another enjoyable experience this morning. Thanks again.
And we had how many? We had obviously winners. Is there any way that we could get the names of the other winners there?
Sure.
And we were trying to guess how long this has been going on, and I said, at least 40 years, because my son won 1 year, so I know that kind of gives away my age, but I know.
My son won 1 year as well,
Okay.
but I was not a judge.
Okay.
Just
I wasn't
getting that out there. And she wasn't either at the time.
I wasn't either.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm kind of out of order here. You picked one up there. 1st grade, Cooper Albertson from Onalaska. 2nd grade, Jenna Bedall from Centralia Christian School. 3rd grade, Loretta Stevens from R.E. Bennett. 4th grade, Violet White Pierce from Olympic Elementary School. 5th grade is, oh boy.
Pressure's on, really.
Where are they from?
Oakview Elementary School. Looks like Dashba Denniclaw, Oakview Elementary School, 5th grade. And you had the 6th grade.
Yes, yes. Maddie Clevenger,
Maddie Clevenger from,
Good.
Morton.
okay, from Morton. So I'll put these back out for anybody that wants to look at them.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
And thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief, for all your hard work. Much appreciated. Okay.
I move that we approve 2 presentations, 1 employee recognition, and 1 proclamation.
Second.
Okay, a motion is, we'll have some, first we'll have a little bit of discussion here. First, the other thing is employee recognition for Matt Money, who is our shining star in the county.
Yes.
And always been, is this being a little bit redundant, but does he win every year?
Well, not every year. Not
It
every
just-
year.
It
Not
just
every
seems
year.
like it.
Not every year. Just a little background. Eric Martin, Public Works Director. This is a little background on this. We've been participating in the state version of the rodeo since 2011, and we also have an internal competition that we have here 1 day a year that sort of decides who gets to go and represent Lewis County in this state competition. The winners of the state competition get to move on to national competitions. There's one every year in Colorado at the Western Snow and Ice Conference, and there's one every year. They just started. This was the first year at the Public Works Exposition, which is a national APWA conference. And this year was in Orlando, and so we had one competitor there, and we had 4 competitors in Colorado. So Matt won the overall at the state competition last year in 2016, and so he got to go and compete with a partner in a tandem axle truck competition in Colorado, which him and his partner, whose name is Chris Ash, and he works for Thurston County, were the #1 overall winners in the whole country for that truck competition.
Nice.
Which was, yes, thank you. Which was pretty exciting.
Did you
So
bring, is Chris here? also?
he's not. No, he's working today for the county up there in Thurston County. So,
Okay.
so Matt, would you want to come on up here for a minute? Matt is he's a great guy and a fantastic asset to our county. Come on over here. And so he's obviously a very skilled operator as well, but also just one of the greatest guys you'll ever meet. So I feel honored to consider him a friend of mine as well. So Matt and I always have a good time together at these conferences, and I'm glad to see him doing well. He did not win this year, not to put a damper on everything, but we're hopeful for years to come. So, you want to say anything?
No, thanks, Ben. No, thanks for letting us have the opportunity to do this. So it is fun, a lot of fun. I know a bunch of other guys enjoy it too. So, thank you.
Yeah, and I think we're going to go down, you're going to have a picture taken, but I will say, though, that I've been to the rodeo out here at Area 5 shop there, and that the guys do a wonderful job, and I know that, and again, I'm a little bit familiar with equipment, but I know that you're almost splitting hairs between the top people and basically the next level there. So anyway, I know it's very, very close, so we're very grateful to have you here, that's for sure. So now you get to take a picture.
There you go. Not to take too much more time, but I do want to say that the rodeo that we do here and at the state has a greater purpose, and that is to promote the great work that our frontline people do, as well as to provide them with training. So at this conferences, there's training opportunities, and then an opportunity to promote your skills and abilities. So there's some greater purpose than just the competition. So.
Now he's making them go back to work.
Yes.
Okay.
Good morning, Commissioners and citizens present. Before the Board of County Commissioners today is a proclamation recognizing Lewis County Cybersecurity Awareness Month, the month of October 2017. Whereas we recognize the vital role that technology has in our daily lives and in the future of our county and nation as a whole. And whereby today many critical infrastructure sectors are increasingly reliant on information systems. And whereas all Americans are affected by threats to our nation's cybersecurity, in recent years, bad actors in cyberspace have launched attacks on a cross-section of America. Businesses both small and large, state and local governments, schoolhouses, hospitals, and infrastructure critical to public safety and national security. And whereas maintaining the security of cyberspace and information systems is a shared responsibility in which each of us has a critical role, and awareness of computer security essentials will improve the security of Lewis County information infrastructure and economy. And whereas Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America, has proclaimed October 2017 as National Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and whereas we call upon the people, companies, and institutions of Lewis County to recognize the importance of cybersecurity and to observe this month through events, training, and education to further our county's security and resilience. Now, therefore, the members of the Lewis County Board of County Commissioners do hereby proclaim October as Lewis County's Cybersecurity Awareness Month in Lewis County and encourage every citizen of Lewis County to learn more about how to protect themselves and their businesses through the Department of Homeland Security's Stop, Think, Connect program. Please visit www.stopthinkconnect.org to learn more about cybersecurity and to put that knowledge into practice in your homes, schools, and businesses.
Steve, can you tell us some of the attacks we've received ourselves in Lewis
Oh
County?
boy, yeah. Well, I think in Lewis County, if you think about just the recent news headlines, every citizen just about, if you have any sort of a loan that has used Equifax, you were part of a recent data breach. Unknown at this point what that data is going to be used for. And so in Lewis County, we thwart hundreds of attacks a month. And I'm not talking about just engineered computer attacks. I'm talking about specific attacks, people calling our users, asking them, saying they're me, saying they're somebody else they read on the website, asking them for their credentials, asking them for access to their computer, asking them for their IP addresses. And so the more awareness we can bring to this, the more secure we can be. Our employees do a great job, but some of our biggest risks are our human errors. And so the more awareness we can bring to this, the better. So.
Don't click on unknown attachments.
Yeah, there's phishing scams, which is common with emails, and so I do have some handouts up there for the citizens or anybody else who would want them. They look like this on one side, and it's kind of, does something seem fishy to you? And then how to spot a phishing scam, as well as types of social engineering that occur. In the IT world, they do, you can bring in companies to test your organization. And one of the things that one of the trainers that I was speaking to, they went out into a parking lot and dropped a bunch of USB drives. And I think what they say, about 25% of them people took back, put in their computer to find out whose they were. But that is a method in which they can gain access to your computer. They put a little virus on there that sits and hibernates and waits and collects data and sends back all your key logged information, and then eventually will strike when it is the most opportune time. We saw a hospital probably 4 years ago, in Washington State, Leavenworth area, lost over $2 million in a very similar scam to that. And so it is critical that we are in Lewis County government being diligent, but also just bringing awareness to fire departments and ports and great community organizations to really be thinking about this and how that impacts them. So because it is costly. I think the average data breach in the U.S. is running $6.5 million now in cost. So some of those stats I've placed over here on this board along with those phishing scam information. So
Thank you.
anything else? All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Steve. Okay, a motion is made and second to approve the presentations, two of them, recognizing National Rodeo Champion Matt Money And then the second one, proclaiming and recognizing October as Lewis County Cybersecurity Awareness Month. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. Okay.
I move that we approve the notice items, Resolution 17-293 and 17-294.
Morning, Lee.
Second.
Oh, sorry.
Good morning, Lee Napier, Director of Community Development, addressing the notice item. So Community Development is going to publish a request for qualifications for both of our airports. So this will be a process which we'll go through to select a consultant that will help us with planning, design, project management for both of our airport systems. Any questions?
So, yeah, I've got a question on this. So we're looking at long-term strategies, is that what it is, or?
Yes, as well as, so with our airports, and this will actually be a 5-year contract, so there will be some long-range planning that goes on during this contract, as well as construction. So the successful firm will be helping us with both planning, project management, construction.
Yeah, because I know one of the things that, and I know that you've been involved with many discussions on this, is the future and what that might hold for us. And again, expansion, possible expansion for in particular, the Toledo Airport, with probably room to grow there. So I think this is a good thing, and I know that this is some of the questions that I've been asked. Are we looking long-term, and the possibility, we've got the Benaroya property down there, that is, in my opinion, going to be a real gem for the county at some point, and I know it's only a matter of time. So I think, and I look at it from and one of the things that we had our citizens group talk to us about is economic development. And again, this was mentioned on the radar potentially as a, as a partnership to improve economics, and just another leg that we can support that. So yeah, this is a good thing, though. I'm very, very pleased to hear that, and thank you for all your work.
Great. And I guess since I have the floor, and I won't have another opportunity to talk about this particular project, but along those lines, thinking about long-term, our primary funding sources are FAA with a little bit of match from DOT, and they require that each year we submit our 5-year plan. So each year we're looking 5 years ahead, and that will be another function of what this firm will help us with.
Good, thank you.
Thank you.
Morning, Commissioner. Steve Walton, Central Services Director. Speaking to Resolution Number 17-294, Notice of a Public Meeting on the 2018 Preliminary Budget. Per RCW 36.40, notice is given that the 2018 preliminary budget reports are available for review in the Budget Office, Room 209, and online at lewiscountywa.gov. Notice is also given for a public meeting on the preliminary budget for 2018. This meeting will be held on November 20th, 2017 at 5:30 p.m. in the Lewis County Courthouse WSU Training Room. The notice for the meeting will be posted in the Chronicle on October 12th and the 19th, and in the East County Journal on the 18th and the 25th. And as always, if anyone has any questions about the budget, the process, or anything budget related, are always welcome to either come by the office or give us a call, and we'll do our best to answer those questions. Any questions?
Thank you, sir. Okay, a motion is made and seconded to approve 2 notice items, Resolutions 17-293 and 294. Any more discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Passed.
I move that we approve the consent items, approval of minutes, as well as Resolution 17-295.
Second.
Good morning, Commissioner. Suzette Smith, Chief Accountant, Auditor's Office, here to present Resolution Number 17-295. This is the weekly approval of claims against the various county departments. From September 29th to October 5th, we issued 319 regular warrants, number 777-868 through 778-080, and 778-279 through 778-384. For $2,769,537.33. In addition, we had payroll on October 5th. We issued 493 automatic deposits, and also warrants number 778081 through 778278 for salary and benefits, total $3,739,232.02. In addition, we note the following warrants as a skip in sequence. These warrants were issued on behalf of our special purpose districts. Their commissioners sign and audit those warrants. Number 777802 through 777867 and 778385 through 778438. Questions? Thank you.
Thank you, Suzanne. Okay, a motion is made and second to approve two consent items. That's the approval of October 2nd, 2017 minutes, and then the approval of warrants. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Passed.
I move to approve the deliberation items, including resolutions 17-296 through 17-301.
Second.
Morning again, Commissioner Steve Walton, Central Services Director, speaking to resolution number 17-296. Resolution to appoint Carolyn C.J. Neer to the Southwest Washington Fair Commission. The Southwest Washington Fair Commission consists of 7 members appointed by the Lewis County Board of County Commissioners, and the Fair Commission serves in an advisory capacity to the Fair Manager and the BOCC for the annual Southwest Washington Fair and for interim events held on the fairgrounds throughout the year. A vacancy exists on the Southwest Washington Fair Commissioner, and C.J. Neer has expressed an interest and willingness to serve on the Fair Commission. Her background with Destination Packwood and Public Facility District makes her uniquely qualified to serve in this capacity. Her appointment is for a 4-year term that expires October 8th, 2021, and she represents the 3rd District. Any questions? Congratulations. We look forward to having her on the board. We have a really good team, and she'll bring lots of good ideas to the board, I'm sure.
Yes. And we always try to have geographic representation, so now we've got Packwood out there, so thank you.
Thank you, CJ. Would you like to make any comments?
I just want to say thank you very much, and I think it's a really good fit with my previous life working as a senior event planner and conference manager.
Good,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
We're very lucky to have you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Good morning, Danette York, Director of Public Health and Social Services, and I am speaking to resolution number 17-297. This is a resolution to appoint community members to our newly created Public Health and Social Services Advisory Board. So these are all new members. We will stagger their terms. We have 9 positions available, and we appointed people by sector for 7 of the positions, and then there's 2 at large. So Becky Rieger, or Reiger, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, will be representing environmental health. Matt Patton, behavioral health. Christy Heightsmith, health education and prevention. Rebecca Miner, medical provider. Carolyn Schoenborn, housing/homelessness. Linda Williams will be an at-large position. Lori Davis, representing developmental disabilities. Dan Reardon, representing law and justice. And Jamie Lund, another at-large position.
Okay. We appreciate the citizens stepping forward and being on this committee.
And we do have some geographic representation with about 4 people from Centralia, 3 from Chehalis, 1 from Mossy Rock, and 1 from Ethel.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Commissioners. Archie Smith here to speak on resolution number 17298 to approve a state-mandated salary adjustment for the prosecutor. Our local prosecutor's salary is actually tied to the state judge's salary, and when they get an increase, so does there's money from the state that goes to the prosecutor. And what's being presented to you here in this resolution is to basically accept that increase and add that increase onto the prosecutor's salary. It's about $138 a month increase. There is no additional money coming from the county general fund. This is all coming from the state that is going there. We are not matching this.
Good.
Okay.
Thank you, Archie.
Eric Martin, Public Works Director, speaking to Resolution 17-299. Resolution to approve an interlocal agreement with the City of Winlock regarding work as part of a county road project and authorizing signatures thereon. So City of Winlock has requested that we have our contractor replace a section of water line that's actually belongs to the city with costs not to exceed $36,000 for the city. There's the location there. So it's located in our 603 project that we've been working on. It was a fairly shallow, older water line, which had the potential for being broken during the construction process. And so we approached the city and see if they were interested in having it replaced. They were. And so this will execute that agreement for the contractor that we have working out there, Scarcella Brothers, to actually do the work. So we will pay Scarcella Brothers and Winlock will pay the county back for that work. We do have a small portion that the county has agreed to pay because doing this will potentially expedite our project. If there were to be a water line break, it could stop our project, which could potentially, in the season that we're in now, carry us over into next year, which we did not want to do. So we were willing to put up 10% or $4,000 to this effort to make sure that it happened, and so it sounds like it will, pending your approval, of course.
Okay.
Any questions?
Thank you.
So the next is Resolution 17-300, and as well as 301, and it has to do with 09 funds, distressed county funds. And I wonder if Matt Matioshi, would you like to speak further on this?
Morning, Commissioners. Matt Matioshi with the Economic Development Council. Our .09 committee that you've appointed is recommending the approval of two projects, $38,000 for the airport project planning and commercial retail properties around the airport. The second project is $125,000 for the co-working facility, a project by the Port of Chehalis. Thank you.
Okay.
Do you want to introduce, say, the people that are here that represent those groups?
Do you want them to come up and speak?
Yes, want them to come up, yes.
Come on up.
I'll first invite Randy Miller to come up and speak on the co-working space, and he represents the Port of Chehalis. And Annalee Toby from Chehalis Renaissance.
Good morning, Commissioners. Randy Mueller, CEO of the Port of Chehalis, and I also asked Annalee Toby, there she is, from the Chehalis Community Renaissance team to join me because this is a joint project between the two organizations, and so we did want to make sure that we both came up to express our thanks for this is what is really the final step in making what was I think just a crazy idea from one of the committees at CCRT months ago. Lots of hard work, lots of volunteer work, and it's turning into reality now. So we can answer any questions about the co-working project. We'll probably have a ribbon cutting in February, I think. We'd love to have you all out there. So Annalee, if you want to talk a little bit more from CCRT.
Yes. Tell us more about the project itself.
Yeah. Just on behalf of the Chehalis Community Renaissance team, thank you again for your support of this new initiative and new project that we are going to be taking on. Having a co-working space downtown is important for many reasons, but we are really looking to increase the viability of our downtown district to compete with other great downtown districts. We're actively working to recruit businesses downtown, and having a space like this available to folks that are traveling, those people that currently work from home, and so forth, for a space for them to come downtown and have some workspace available either by the hour, week, day, month, will, and as the trend continues, bringing more people into jobs that are stay-at-home positions. We are looking to thrive, not just survive, in downtown Chehalis. And with fiber coming into town and so forth, we're just looking forward to staying ahead of the curve. And this is just another great step to making that happen.
And Annalee, I think there was a question during the 09 committee group about parking. Can you tell us some of the things you've been thinking about in terms of solution?
Oh, parking, everybody's favorite conversation.
Yes.
Well, I can say that in a small way, we definitely are working on that and looking into that. Just last week or the week before, we had 4 new spots painted downtown where we had 2 loading zones that weren't actively being used. And so thanks to our street departments and working with them, they went and gave us 4 new spots. We're also looking at the lot that is currently 24-hour parking that may being utilized right now by many of the business owners downtown, and we're working with them to see if we can find alternative parking for business owners and move that lot into 4-hour parking. It's also important to remember, as I am downtown on a daily basis, there is a psychology with parking. When you pull up to a Target parking lot, you're fine parking far, far away. When you're in a downtown core, if you can't park right in front of the store you want to go to, there's no point in walking. So we're also looking to kind of overcome that psychology, which is everywhere at this moment in time. But certainly parking is something we'll be working on as we move, as this is all part of the development of downtown.
One of the questions that came up was the fact that, and we know it's going to be a successful venture. There's no question about it. But it is 09 money, and we're responsible for it along with all the other citizens. So if things don't work out the way that we anticipate, it's going to be a positive thing, and it's $125,000, I believe. So I know that, and we contacted some people this morning that we're going to work on the continuing agreement that if things don't work out, that $125,000 will, I'm sure that the building will, whatever that looks like, is going to go in your hands, and then that 09 committee will receive that $125,000 in return if things don't work out. And again, that's part of the negotiations.
Sure, and the port as the responsible party kind of on the hook for the building, we absolutely do understand that, and would certainly if, this is a pilot project, and we don't know. You hope on one hand, but on the other hand, it's a pilot project, and the port for that, that's a 2-year duration of the pilot project, and we absolutely would commit to, making sure that did stay through, otherwise repayment in full of the loan, or of the grant.
Thank you. Well, we know it's going to be a success, so perfect. Okay, thank you. Any other questions?
We have airport.
Yep. I'd like to introduce Brandon Briggs from the Chehalis Centralia Airport.
Commissioners, thank you for, on behalf of the City of Chehalis and the Chehalis Centralia Airport, thank you for these funds. This allows us to responsibly develop our commercial area that we have on the northeast corner of the airport property there. So this will allow us to do a study, put together a commercial development plan for that, and we greatly appreciate that. So thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So just in conclusion that both projects represent projects that are out of the box, projects that are saying to the community, we're not going to continue to do the same things and expect different results. We're going to try something different, and we're going to expect different results, diversifying our commercial retail out there by the airport, and then also looking at a way to increase activity and economic development downtown. So based on the .09 committee's recommendations, we recommend approval for both projects. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Matt, thanks for all that you do for economic development in Lewis County. Appreciate that.
Okay, a motion is made and second to approve the deliberation items, 6 of them. That would be resolutions 17-296 through 17-301. Any more discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Passed. Thank you. Now we're going to move into the hearing. This is Resolutions 17-302. And at this time, it's going to be the hearing to approve the Gunderson Water Works to construct, operate, and maintain the water system facilities in Lewis County right-of-ways. And with that, we'll first have a staff report, and then followed by a question and answer period. We will then close the question and answer period and open the hearing for formal testimony. The time will be, we're going to have 3 minutes for that, for the public testimony. And if you would like to sign up and testify, feel free. We got the sign-up sheet on the podium. And now, Mr. Unselman, would you like to give your staff report?
Thank
You're
you.
You're a one-man show today.
That's okay. Larry Unselman, Real Estate Services Manager with Public Works, speaking to, first of all, Resolution 17-302. This hearing is to consider granting a non-exclusive franchise to Gunderson Water Works to allow them to construct, operate, and maintain water system facilities on Lewis County Road rights-of-way. Gunderson Water Works, their service area is limited to a small residential neighborhood located south of Chehalis. The water facilities are limited to portions of Jackson Highway and Panorama Drive. The franchise is a renewal for their existing water facilities, and this franchise would replace their current franchise that is expiring, and it covers the same area as a previous franchise. The franchise is being granted pursuant to and in conformance with RCW 36.55 and Lewis County Codes 12.25 through 12.50. On September 11th of this year, this board passed Resolution 17-255 that called for this date, October 9th, as the date for hearing, and it called for the required notifications. RCW 36.55 requires that no hearing be held on a proposed franchise until 5 days after the last publication date and 15 days after posting thereof in 3 public places. It also calls for publication twice in the official newspaper for publication in the county. Publication occurred on September 12th and September 19th in the Chronicle, and a notice of the franchise was posted in 3 public places. The franchise, as proposed with a 5-year term, was sent to the applicant, Gunderson Water Works, for their review, and they accepted the terms of the franchise, and they have signed the document and returned it to the county. It would be the recommendation of the Public Works Department that this franchise for water system facilities be granted to Gunderson Water Works.
Okay. Any other questions from the commissioners? Okay. Right now, we'll open the question and answer period for the public to ask any questions. Okay, no questions? Okay, at that time, we'll close the question and answer period. And would you like to have your comments be incorporated into the hearing?
Yes, I would, please.
Okay. Now we're going to open the hearing for public testimony. Okay, very quiet. Okay, now with that, we'll close the hearing.
Okay. I move that we approve Resolution 17-302, a franchise to Gunderson Water Works to construct, operate, and maintain water system facilities in Lewis County right-of-way.
Second.
Okay, a motion is made and second to approve Resolutions 17-302 for Gunderson Water Works to construct and maintain and operate. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. Okay. Now we have Resolution 17-303, and that's a hearing to approve license for Sprint Communications to construct. At this time, we will first have a staff report, followed by question and answer period. And at this time, we will allow the public testimony for 3 minutes, and they can sign up on the sheet. And right now, we'll go ahead and move forward with the staff report.
Okay. Larry Enzelman's still here. Resolution 17-303. This hearing is to consider granting a non-exclusive license to Sprint Communications Company to construct, operate, and maintain telecommunication facilities on Lewis County road rights-of-way. Sprint's fiber line runs through Lewis County basically in a north-south corridor, and this license covers a portion of that route, being that part of Highway 603 between Shorey Road and Napa Vine. The company also has a 35-year franchise that was granted in 1987 that covers the other roads that make up that corridor that runs completely through the county from north to south. This license is concerned with just that piece of 603 between Shorey Road and Napa Vine. The license that we're looking at today replaces the current license that's expiring, and it covers the same area as their current license. The license is being granted pursuant to and in conformance with RCW 36.55 and Lewis County Codes 12.25 through 12.50. This board passed on September 11th, 2017, Resolution 17-256 that set this date, October 9th, as date for hearing on the matter and called for the required notifications. RCW 3655 requires that no hearing be held on a proposed license until 5 days after the last publication date and 15 days after posting in 3 public places. Also calls for publication twice in the official newspaper of the county. Publication occurred on September 12th and September 19th in the Chronicle, and a notice of the license was posted in 3 public places. The license with a 5-year term was sent to the applicant, was sent to Sprint for review. They have accepted the terms of the license and they have signed the document and returned it to us. It would be the recommendation of the Public Works Department that this license for telecommunication facilities be granted to Sprint.
Any questions from the board? Okay, at this time, we're going to open the question and answer period to the public to ask questions. See if we have any, do we have anyone that signed up? Okay, we're going to close the question and answer period. Would you like to have your opening comments and incorporated into the minutes?
Yes, I would, please.
Okay. Now we're going to open hearing for public testimony, and we have none. So at this point in time, we're going to go ahead and close then the hearing for public testimony.
I move that we approve Resolution 17-303, approving a license to Sprint Communications Company, LP, to construct, operate, and telecommunications facilities in Lewis County rights-of-way.
Second.
Okay, a motion is made and second to approve Resolutions 17-303 to approve the license for Sprint Communications Company to LP to construct, operate, and telecommunications facilities in Lewis County right-of-ways. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. Okay, thank you, sir. Okay. Anything for the good of the order today? Crazy weekend.
Yes. It was busy in Onalaska for the Onalaska Apple Harvest Festival. And I was very pleased for Onalaska this Thursday. Onalaska's school system is going to be celebrated at Centralia College. As many of you know, that all the graduates from 2017 from Onalaska High School have received scholarships to go to Voc Tech or college, and that's pretty amazing. And so on Thursday, wear purple and or gold, purple and gold, for Unalaska. But they're inviting graduates from the 2017 class who are attending Centralia College to be treated to a day. So go Unalaska.
Nice, very nice. Well, and the parade was wonderful this year, the Apple Harvest Festival. I will have to say that we participated in it, but we were at the very end, so we were able to move around and kind of watch all the floats and all the pageantry and all the wonderful things. And this is the first. I've been going to parades for a while now. I've never seen a camel, like a real live camel.
Real
in a
camel.
parade, and it was there, but I got pictures of it to prove. So anyway, it was a lot of fun, though. They had a lot of really nice floats. It was a wonderful parade that they put on. Lots of old cars, lots of community involvement. The high school bands were there. There was another band that was, I'm not sure where they were from. I know they were from in the area, but so
Now they have two bands, where we have a tough time on July 4th in Centralia to get even one band. Unalaska had two bands.
Yeah, so wonderful. Very nice event.
And last night they had their Apple Harvest farm-to-table dinner at the Mason Jar. And so Unalaska, when you think about lodging tax dollars, you know, it started out as a one-day festival, and now it's 3 days, and they were talking to folks who were coming, and some had come from Seattle, Everett. They had a farm map, so people from 1 to 4 yesterday could visit many of our agritourism folks out there, and they were amazed with the number of people coming. So they're doing a good job of bringing heads and beds to that festival.
Okay, anything else? Anything for the press? There we go.
Good morning, Commissioners. Eric Martin, Director of Public Works. I just wanted to take an opportunity quickly to introduce you to a new employee we have here today. His name is Jack Niehauser, and he is our new traffic engineer and transportation manager. Jack comes to us from Pierce County, so we got one from the North Pole down here. And he has a background in traffic, as among other things, but also in development projects. And so he's going to be joining us here, and we're really lucky to have him and looking forward to working with him. So,
good.
Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
I wanted to mention two things that are coming up this week. We commissioners have been invited to PL tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. They're having a meeting for their constituents to talk about water retention facilities. So we're looking forward to being there in attendance as some folks who will bring some of the schematics of the various water retention facilities and the fish mitigation options. So we believe there'll be a lot of people coming out for that. And I wanted to thank everybody who helped us last Friday with the Legislative Roundtable. It was wonderful to see this place filled.
Mm-hmm.
And if you missed it, you have the opportunity to go on our Facebook page or on our website, and that whole thing was taped, so you can look at it. One of the things we passed out was our Lewis County unfunded and underfunded mandates document. So if you want a copy of that, we can supply that, and we can put that online too. So once again, thank you everyone who did a lot of work to put that together.
Our staff in particular.
Yeah, yes, scurrying around.
They're the ones that did most of the work.
Yes, they did. We just
So,
showed up.
Yeah, so.
Ron Averill, Centralia area. I hope that our new traffic engineer will enjoy solving our huge traffic problem we have on Harrison Avenue every evening.
City, Ron.
It's a challenge you probably won't expect, having had the opportunity to sit in real traffic jams in the past, but that's one of our big problems. What I did want to talk to was the resolution that you did on cybersecurity. As you may or may not know, I sit on the state's Emergency Management Council, and I'm currently the chair of that council. The State Highway Patrol has an element in their organization that studies threats to the state, and most of the threats are physical. But for the past few years, we've been getting an annual briefing on cybersecurity, and it's scary. When you can consider some of the breaches that have been made with major corporations who spend a lot of money on cybersecurity and still get breached. And one of our concerns is that most of our small businesses don't have that kind of capability to add their protection. So it's an area that we constantly work on. And of course, the military services have all developed organizations to look at the cybersecurity threat. And the problem goes way beyond potential harm to individuals. It is possible through some of these shenanigans to break into major systems like controlling dams, controlling electrical distribution, and things like that could really close this country down very rapidly in a threat situation. So it's a very, very serious problem that's developing, and we are all trying to get a handle on it. And I'm pleased to say that the Emergency Management Council keeps an eye on this particular issue. So thank you for your resolution.
I've got one of the things that I'm always curious, because I always hear that other countries are hacking into our system in the United States. So I guess we're just honest people. We never hack into other foreign countries.
As a former intelligence officer, I refuse to comment.
So, thank you, sir.
Well, I know my credit union, I received a notice, take a look at our new website, and it wasn't my credit union's new website. It looked pretty much like it. I called them, I said, oh my gosh, so they worked on that. Then my husband and I received texts to contact our credit union as soon as possible at this phone number so we could secure our accounts. Well, they just wanted our account numbers to secure that money from us. Anyway, you just never know. Things may look really good to you, but they're not.
No. Okay. Any questions from the press? Quiet? Okay.
With no further business, I move to adjourn.
Second?
Okay, a motion is made and to adjourn. Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Adjourn. Thank you very much.
You are invited to immerse yourself in the beauty of nature in all four corners of Lewis County, Washington. From our fields to your table, farms in the west share their bounty. Limitless landscapes, forests and mountains beg to be explored in the east. Fish our many rivers and lakes in the south, and discover where history and culture intersect in our twin cities. Explore it all by visiting our Facebook page and plan your next getaway at discoverlewiscounty.com. Culture, history, and adventure all come alive when you discover Lewis County.